Well, good morning, everybody. This is Dear Mama Sal, and I thought today I would try and take you with me for the day. So I'm going to just make myself some brunch, and when I've done that, I am going to go and do some shopping. So, oh, look who's there. Anyway, so I thought I would just try and see if I can do a sort of at least an afternoon in the life of type video for you. All right, I'll speak to you just now. Well, I want to start with my tip of the day. This is a bra that definitely isn't as white as it used to be. And it still fits beautifully, but I'm just getting a bit tired of seeing it that colour. So before I throw it away, what I've done is I've cut off the end and the clasp side as well. And I'm going to keep them together, so if ever I've got a bra that just is a little tighter than I would like, that has 3 hooks in it, I've now got an extender. Well, hi everybody. So now I am off to do some shopping, but on my way there, I thought I'd just let you know that I started my day. I've got a new system now. And the first thing I try and do once I'm dressed is to tackle something that I'm procrastinating over. For me, 99.9% of that would be cleaning. So every morning after I finished getting dressed and getting my makeup on, I literally spend the next half hour on the number one thing on my list. I've now, that's it, I have to have a list. And I'm just systematically working at it half an hour a day. And these are the things that you don't clean normally. These are the things that it's time to clean, Sal. Don't know if any of you relate to that. In my case, it was the top of my beautiful white wall unit that some of you have seen, you know, with all the little cubby holes in it. You know, the dust on the top of that was beginning to get so that I could write my name in it. Well, not quite, but getting close. And so that was the number one thing I did. And, you know, instead of moving the dust around, I literally took a face cloth and I made it damp and I wet dusted. I always remember my mum doing that. Wet dust, don't dry dust, because even with Swiffers, you know, a lot of the dust that you move just fluts around. Fluts. There's a nice word. Never used that before. Fluts. I think it's a cross between flutter and flies. Fluts. You'll all be using it this week. Amazing word. How come nobody came up with it before? Anyway, so it stops the dust flutsing around. It fluts. They fluts. Okay, I can do that. Apparently it's a verb. Anyway, so that was my discipline of the day. I actually start my day, that's what I say. I'm going to spend the first 15, 20 minutes on discipline. You know, it's not my favorite subject. So then I went and had breakfast. Actually, it's brunch. And for brunch, I had a couple of eggs on brown toast. I'm very proud of myself. And I'm just about out of those sort of things, and that's why I'm going shopping today. Now, you're coming with me. I'm going to do a quick visit to the dollar store. And then I'm going to pick up my groceries. And on the way back, I'm going to quickly pop in, make a hair appointment, because that's horribly overdue. Make a hair appointment and check if there's anything in the mail, which I haven't done for about a long time. So I thought I'd start by just giving you something else that I heard recently that really sort of shifted my mind a bit. And I think it was from Maya Angelou, where she said that take your people with you. And what she was talking about is that if ever you're doing anything you're a little bit scared, you know, you're feeling a bit insecure. Maybe it's an interview, maybe it's a blind date, maybe it's something you don't normally do, somewhere where you're pushing yourself outside your comfort zone. Well, what she said was take your people with you. And what she meant by that was, imagine all your friends are walking into that interview or that date with you. Do you think that your confidence level would be a whole lot different if you had all your buds with you? And that was her point, that, you know, you get to sort of imagine that they are with you. And then because of that, you're you are going. I can hear my mother screaming at me. She's been dead for a quarter of a century. Anyway, the power of mothers. But the point being that you will feel a lot more confident about what it is you're doing. And I thought some of you might need that today. And if you do, let me know below. I'm off to go to the dollar store. Anyway, so a couple of good fun things to do. Number one is I helped a little old lady who couldn't reach up far enough to get something she wanted. And owing to the fact I stood about a foot taller than she did, I saw her as I came around the bottom of an aisle, and I just looked at her and I went, wait. She looked so precarious standing on sort of her tippy toes, and she was so beautifully dressed, which is unusual to see in a dollar store. They normally dress more like I am. And, you know, it was so funny because to say it loud enough so she could hear me but not sort of cause a scene in the store. But anyway, I went hot-footing down to where she was and then grabbed hold of what she needed, which was good. And then I did make the teller laugh, which always gives me great pleasure when I can do that. So, I always reckon tellers are easy money for me, you know, because I do like to make people chuckle or smile at least while I'm out. It's sort of like my unwritten rule that make as many people as I can smile without being creepy, I think is the word. Okay, so my next job is to go and pick up the groceries. As some of you know, that's how I do my shopping these days. And in case I didn't mention it, I managed to get out of the dollar store spending $50. And considering I got a fair haul, that was pretty good. I'll let you see that tomorrow. Well, I don't know if you can see that view, but this is why people love living in Vancouver. Sun is shining, blue sky, and snow on the mountains. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, so I had to use a little bit of patience, which you know isn't a strong suit. I went to go and pick up my groceries, and you sort of go to a certain parking spot and you press you remember the days of the drive-in movie theater? You pressed a button. Well, anyway, you have to press one of those buttons and you give them your name, and then they say, you know, park in front of the awning and we will load in your groceries for you. So, you know, I press the button, give them my name, and they say, okay, we got your stuff, you know, just park in front of the awning. And I'm looking in front of where I meant to park, and there were 3 Save-On trucks in front of it. So I said, well, that would be a bit of a challenge if you care to look out of the window. You know, which made her laugh. And anyways, but I realized that I could park in front of the trucks, being the nice, kind person that I am. And so I very quietly organize that. And just as I got in front of the 3 trucks and then got ready to reverse into the parking space that I could get into, just as I was reversing, the lead truck decided to come forward to make room for me behind him. Well, I don't want to tell you what I thought about that, because now I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, because now I've got a car behind me I've got this car that was behind me, who, by the way, needed more lessons in patience than I did, because he obviously didn't care what was happening to me, and his lack of leaving enough time in his life apparently was my punishment. So he just stood on his horn and then I decided, hey, I'll take the scenic route. So I went forward and went all around the parking lot again, and then came in, and luckily the lady that was bringing me my groceries saw exactly what happened to me, and she's just said, I am so sorry. And she said, you don't want to hear what I said to that driver. And I said, oh, was it worse than what I said? Which I doubt. She said, we probably said the same words. I said, yeah. I'm not proud of them either. Which was fun. Made me laugh. And made her laugh as well. So therefore, that's a good day. Oh, look at that. The car in front of me just came out of a car wash. How do I know? It's got water bubbles all over it. Oh. Looking at my car, you can sort of tell that I haven't. Yeah, right. Okay, so now I am going to go and see if I've got any mail. See if anybody wrote to DearMamaSal. And then make a hair appointment. And that's my little shopping trip for the day. All right, now here's the funny thing. Anna Marie, guess what just arrived in my mailbox? And if you wonder how come it took so long to get to me, because I can see you actually mailed this back in August, it's because apparently it took the scenic route. I don't know if you can read that or whether it's in reverse, probably in reverse, but it actually says missent to the Bahamas. So, thinking that's an omen, maybe I should plan a little vacay there. Right, so that's the first thing. And secondly, to my friend in Gorham, in Maine, very bad. With all that was going on over Christmas, I didn't go to the box, and I see there's something from you. So thank you so much. We both know who you are. So I will have fun reading that when I get home. Imagine the mail going for a quick little scenic route to the Bahamas. All right, so here we go. I'm on my way back home and made the hair appointment for tomorrow, which gets me out of the house again. I found that I've been in the house a little bit too much recently, so I'm trying to make sure that I get out. And then on Thursday I'm actually going out to meet somebody for lunch, which forces me out of the house as well, so that's a good thing. All right, everybody, so I'll let you know if I do anything else exciting today, or if I don't. Bye for now.